皆さんおはようございます。Thank you for joining me. This is the article of the day for September 24th, 2025. 2025年9月24日の今日の記事でございます。So for our title, we have 初売り1月3日にするデパートが増えている。Okay, so 初売り. If you look at the kanji here, it kind of makes sense. 初 is first. 売り is selling or sale.So, 初売り is kind of a Japanese, I would call it culture, kind of a custom. In recent years, 初売り is the first sale of the year. So, after the New Year's holiday, everyone goes out and buys all these things that are on sale. And they'll have special sales, kind of like a New Year's sale. And they'll also have special like gift bags that you can buy called 福袋. But anyways, 初売り, that's like the first sale of the year. So 初売り、1月3日. So 1月 January, 3日 the 3rd. 1月3日にする. So make it on January the 3rd. And that's going back to 初売り. So if this was a normal sentence, you would say 初売りを1月3日にする. Making the first sale of the year on the 3rd.But since this is a title, a lot of times we'll drop certain particles and things like that. So, 初売り1月3日にするデパート. So, departments or department stores, that are having the first sale of the year on January 3rd. が増えている. So, 増える is to increase. So, the number of department stores that are now doing the first sale of the year.on January the 3rd have increased. And as we get into the article, that'll make more sense. But it used to be done on an earlier day. But a lot of department stores are now doing it later on the 3rd. Okay, so here is our vocabulary from the article. We have 初売り is the first sale of the year. 最初に is first, or with that ni, it's at first. Something is done at first. 品物 is a product or a good. デパート is a department store. 店 is a store. 休み is a vacation day, a rest, or a day off. 増える is to increase. 今年 is this year. And 集まる is to gather or to assemble, like a group of people or a group of things. 集まる.
一年の最初に品物を売ることを初売りと言います。今までは多くのデパートが初売りを1月2日にしていました。これを1月3日に変える店が増えています。1日と2日を休みにするためです。東武百貨店は来年から初売りを3日にします。東急百貨店も多くの店が3日にします。今年から3日に変えたデパートもあります。デパートの人によると、今は休みを取りやすくしないと働く人が集まらないようです。
Okay, let's get right into the article.
一年の最初に品物を売ることを初売りと言います。
一年の最初に So at the start of each year or 1 year, 一年の最初に So at the start of each year, at the first of each year, 品物を売ること So this こと is making all of that into a noun. So 品物を売る selling products or goods. 品物を売ることを初売りと 言います。So we've got our noun here, the thing of selling goods at the start of the year. を It is called, that's what the と言います is doing there. 初売り. So that's called 初売り. So the first sale of the year, where you sell goods at the start of the year, is called 初売り.
今までは多くのデパートが初売りを1月2日にしていました。
今までは up to the current point, 多くのデパートが so many 多くのデパートが、department stores 初売りを、the 初売り the first sale of the year 1月2日にしていました。So にする or にしていました is when you do something. So up to the current point, or up till now, many department stores used to do it on January the 2nd, the first sale, the 初売り。
これを1月3日に買える店が増えています。
これを so これ normally in a written paragraph or sentence or whatever, it refers to the previous sentence. So this is 1月3日に買える店。So the 初売りを1月3日に買える。So to change it is 買える。To change to the 3rd of January. 店が増えています。So stores that are changing this to the 3rd instead of the 2nd are increasing. There are more and more stores that are doing this on the 3rd instead of the 2nd.
1日と2日を休みにするためです。
1日と2日 So the first and the second day of January. 1日と2日を休みにする They are making the first and the second a day off. 休みにするためです So this ため this is in order to make the first and the second a holiday. So previously it used to be done on the 2nd, but they're also making the 2nd a day off or a holiday, right? So it's a general holiday, but for people in service industries, a lot of times they have to work on the 2nd, obviously, because a lot of people are not working and they need food or they're, this is when they would do the 初売り。
東武百貨店は来年から初売りを3日にします。
東武百貨店は So this is just the name of a department store. 東武百貨店は来年から starting next year or from next year 初売りを3日にします。We'll be doing the 初売り on the 3rd.
東急百貨店も多くの店が日課にします。
東急百貨店も So this is the name of another store. So here, 東武百貨店 and 東急百貨店も多くの店が3日にします。So when it comes to 東急百貨店, they also, or many of their stores also, so 多くの店が3日にします。Will also be moving it to the 3rd or doing it on the 3rd.
今年から3日に変えたデパートもあります。
今年から from this year 3日に変えたデパートもあります。So there are also, that's what the もあります is doing, there are also department stores, デパート。3日に変えたデパート。So that have changed it to the 3rd starting this year. So they're saying a lot of stores will be changing it to the 3rd next year, but there are also stores that have already done that, or department stores that have done that this year, in January of this year. It's in the past tense, so that's already happened. 3日に変えたデパートもあります。
デパートの人によると、今は休みを取りやすくしないと働く人が集まらないようです。
Okay. デパートの人によると。So, according to someone, a person from the department store, デパートの人によると。According to them, 今は now 休みを取りやすくしないと。Okay, this is a good phrase. So, 休みを取る. That's to take a break or to take a day off, right? That's being changed into 休みを取りやすい. Easy to take a break. And then we are taking 安い and putting it into 安くする. So, 取りやすくする. Make it easier to take a break. 取りやすくする. And then we're taking that 取りやすくする and putting it into 取りやすくしない. しないと. So, in the negative, not making it easy to take a day off. And then this と is like an if. So, if you don't make it easy to take the day off, 休みを取りやすくしないと、働く人が集まらないようです。So, if you don't make it easier, and then this 今は is saying nowadays, if you don't make it easier to take the day off, 働く人, people who work or working individuals, が集まらない. So, 集まる is to gather or to be able to get people together. So, 働く人が集まらない. You can't get people to work for you, basically, is what they're saying here. 働く人が集まらないようです. So, this ようです. It seems like that is the case. ようです is like a more formal or more literary form of みたいです. Seems like, yeah, it seems like you can't get people to work for you unless you make it easier to take the day off. So, we also have a bonus video today, very short commercial for Hatsuuri for this past year. So, okay, so this is a short little commercial for Hatsuuri from the January of 2025. So one that's already happened. This is not, just so you know, you can't get these deals now. They're done with. So just to be clear. Okay, let's go.
今年もジャパネット4日、5日、6日は
Okay, we're going real fast. So let's take it little step at a time. 今年もジャパネット. So 今年もジャパネット. This year also. Japanet. So Japanet is a very popular net online selling service, kind of like Amazon, but it's really old. Well, I believe it's a lot older than Amazon even. So very popular online store. There's a fancy word I can't think of right now, but yeah, Japanet. So 今年も Japanet. So they're saying you've already bought things on Japanet, right? You should do it again this year also. And then 4日、5日、6日. 3 days.
ジャパネット4日、5日、6日は初売り大特価
Okay, so 4日、5日、6日, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, 初売り大特価. So 初売り, that's that first sale of the year. 大特価. So look at the kanji, this makes sense. The big special price. So 特価 is a special price that you can only get at a certain time or only certain people can get, right? And this is not just a special price. It's a super special price, right? Big special price. 初売り大特価.
特価あったか最強布団のセットが
Okay. Gotta love how fast Japanese speak. So, あったか is warm. And then you can kind of throw that onto a noun to say a warm something. So, あったか
セットが
布団セット? Is that what they said? Let me double check that.
布団のセットが
Yep. あったか布団のセットが. So the warm futon set. Yeah? And then they're dropping off the rest. They have a special price. That's what that's doing here, right? あったか布団のセットが will have a special price. The warm futon sets will have a special price.
便利なレンジセットが
便利な電池セットが So 電池 or 電池レンジ is a microwave. So 電池セットが So a special microwave set as well. And 便利な電池セット So a very convenient microwave set.
3日間の数量限定
3日間の数量限定 So 3日 is 3 days, remember? And we have 3日間 So this 間 says a period of 3 days. So 3日間の数量限定 or 数量限定 So 数量限定 is limited supplies. 限定 meaning limited. 数量 is like quantity or supplies. So during these 3 days, while supplies last is how I would translate this, right? 数量限定 So 数量 number, amount, limit. 限定
初売り大特価はジャパネットで検索
初売り大特価は So for the 初売り special, super special price, ジャパネットで検索 So 検索 is a verb to search for something. So what they're saying is search for this online. Go to Google and search for this. So they will use 検索 all the time in advertisements. They will say you can search for it using this word. Actually, if you look in the bottom right, you can see it. If I disappear for a second. Oh. So, ジャパネット検索. You can see. Oh, look. You can search for ジャパネット there in the bottom right. So, and that's the kanji for 検索 if you're interested. So at the end of commercials, you very often say で検索. You can find us by searching for this term, right? ジャパネットで検索. So cool. Yeah, if you're in Japan, if you find yourself in Japan around the New Year's holiday, you can go to Hatsuuri, or looks like there's lots of Hatsuuri online sales as well. Get yourself some special deals. So thank you for being here. 今日もありがとうございました。また明日